The Fuente Magna Bowl is an artifact that has generated significant controversy and intrigue among historians, archaeologists, and alternative theorists. Reportedly discovered in the 1950s near Lake Titicaca in Bolivia, the bowl is a large, ceremonial vessel made of stone, featuring ornate engravings that have fueled speculation for decades. What sets it apart from typical Andean artifacts is that some of its inscriptions appear to resemble cuneiform writing, a script most commonly associated with ancient Sumeria in Mesopotamia, more than 10,000 kilometers away. The bowl first gained attention in the 1960s when Bolivian archaeologist Max Portugal Zamora began publicizing its supposed significance. It was allegedly found near the town of Chua, close to the shores of Lake Titicaca. At first glance, the bowl appears to be a standard pre-Columbian ritual artifact, with zoomorphic and anthropomorphic motifs. However, in the inner portion of the bowl, symbols resembling both Proto-Sumerian cuneiform and Proto-Semitic characters sparked claims of ancient contact between the Old World and the Americas. Proponents of the bowl's authenticity include researchers like Clyde Winters, who argue that the inscriptions can be translated using ancient Sumerian linguistic frameworks. According to Winters, the symbols refer to a dedication to a fertility goddess, which he claims is consistent with the religious practices of ancient Mesopotamia. These interpretations are often cited by supporters of diffusionist theories, which suggest that ancient civilizations had far-reaching contacts and possibly even colonized distant continents thousands of years before Columbus. However, the Fuente Magna Bowl has been met with strong skepticism from mainstream archaeologists and epigraphers. One of the key criticisms is the lack of clear archaeological context. The bowl was reportedly found by a local farmer and was not excavated in a scientifically controlled dig, meaning its provenance cannot be independently verified. This severely limits the artifact's credibility as an object of historical importance. Furthermore, the inscription's resemblance to cuneiform is widely debated. Experts in Sumerian script have pointed out inconsistencies in character structure, syntax, and form, suggesting that the writing is more stylized than authentic. Some scholars argue the symbols may be pseudo-epigraphy, deliberate imitations created to mimic ancient scripts, possibly by a hoaxer seeking attention or profit. Another major issue is the absence of supporting evidence. If there had been Mesopotamian contact with South America, there would likely be a trail of additional artifacts, settlements, or cultural exchange remnants. To date, no such corroborative evidence has been found. The Fuente Magna Bowl stands alone, making the idea of pre-Columbian Sumerian influence extremely unlikely in the eyes of professional archaeologists. Today, the bowl resides in the Museo de los Metales Preciosos, Museum of Precious Metals, in La Paz, Bolivia. It continues to attract tourists and fringe theorists alike, remaining one of South America's most enigmatic artifacts. Whether an ancient relic of lost trans-oceanic explorers or a modern creation meant to challenge mainstream narratives, the Fuente Magna Bowl remains a powerful example of how a single object can ignite global debate. What we know for certain is that the Fuente Magna Bowl exists. But whether it truly represents proof of ancient contact between Sumeria and South America, or merely reflects a misinterpretation, or even fabrication, remains unresolved. Until more concrete evidence is uncovered, the bowl will continue to hover between legend and archaeology, between myth and material fact.